Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 16th through the 22nd. Let's get started by seeing what themes are going to be prevalent for you that week. We have Take a Chance. So I'm getting that it's going to be a lucky time for you guys. It's time for you to maybe take a few risks, think outside the box, maybe do something different, dare to dream. I'm getting that message coming through. And we also have Tangled Wishes. So I feel like this is speaking about more than one wish. Sometimes they overlap. And maybe those wishes are also caught up with someone you care about. Maybe these wishes will affect multiple people, but it's more than one. And with this card, taking a chance, I just feel like luck is going to be on your side for the week of June 16th. Now let's take a look at the energies that you have been dealing with. Okay, we have the Tower in reverse. So this is a moment of recovery. When the Tower shows up in reversal, we have already experienced the moment. Maybe we're processing it and trying to move forward, but we're trying to really rebuild and come up with a plan of reconstruction. So I don't want this card to worry you. You know, I used to go through a phase where I didn't like to see the Tower card, but I kind of welcome it into my life now because, like I said, it's mostly about recovery, the change that was necessary to propel you to where you're supposed to be. So we have to learn how to work with that energy rather than against it. Now you also have the Emperor. This is you showing up in your reading, Aries. It's a beautiful sign. This is the Aries archetype in the major arcana. And like I said, when you show up as yourself in a reading, it's just meant for you to hear some of these messages. I want you all to keep in mind, though, that this is a general reading. If something doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. That's just meant for someone else. Take what you want and leave the rest. And the last card in this stack is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I also don't mind this card when it shows up reversed because it's telling us that things are not as bad as they seem. Like I said, the Tower moment has already passed. The lesson from that moment, you're processing it, you're making a part of your story, and now you're moving forward. Maybe you're ready to ask for help. Okay, let's get some clarifiers for these cards. And we have, okay, the Four of Wands, of building a firm foundation. We've had the devastation of the Tower moment. And now we're ready to move forward and rebuild, and we're going to build on a solid foundation. A lot of people call this the 1111 card. So think about what you want to draw to you, what you want to call into your life, and make a wish. For the Emperor, okay, we have the Hangman, a new, fresh perspective, fresh set of eyes. That is what our clarifier is for you. So after this Tower moment has passed, you are ready to look at a situation with fresh perspective. I like this card for you, and that it's also telling you to pause in this rebuilding process and really think about what you want to call in. When the Hangman shows up, it's about slowing down, pausing, regrouping, and that's so important after a Tower moment. So don't be afraid to take things slow at this time. Really analyze, use that Virgo brain. That I'm a Virgo sun, so that comes natural for me. Analyze the situation from every angle and think about different kinds of endings, how you want the next chapter to look and how you want to write it and how you want it to turn out. And here we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, our clarifier for it, another five, the Five of Cups. So fives are about challenges and changes, and really there are important moments in our life. Especially after a Tower moment, you're ready for change. You're ready for something new. I want you to remind yourself to focus on what's good and not what has gone wrong. Okay, that's really important, I think, going forward. You know, the story of the Five of Cups is he's kind of in mourning over these spilled cups. It's something that he no longer embraces and calls a part of his story because he's moved past it. So have that moment of mourning, but then get ready to rebuild. And because there's lots to look forward to with these two cups behind you, okay? Let's look at some love cards for you. We have grounding. It's very important for you to stay grounded during this time. You know, when the Tower happens, look at it in the upright position. They're falling down to the ground. It's time for you to get regrounded and get into that rebuild phase. But this is also about stability and security. It's going to be important for you at this time to experience those energies so that you feel safe and secure going forward. You're tired of the chaos from the Tower. Now you want peace and stability. We also have performance, growth, and endurance. That's the beautiful message of the Tower, is its growth and its change. And that's really what life is all about. That's the one thing constant in life, is change. And we're all going to go through those things. So the Tower shows up when we are pumping the brakes, like with this hangman, and we're resisting it. I always feel like it's God saying, okay, I gave you the opportunities to make these choices, but you didn't do it. So now I'm going to do it for you. So just look at it as the universe still supporting you, but because maybe you were not willing to work with it, it had to come in and make it happen on its own. Okay, you also have engagement ring. That's a beautiful sign for someone. I do feel like for one Aries or two, who knows how many, maybe you're in a couple situation, maybe you've gotten through the Tower moment, and now you're ready to rebuild by recommitting to each other. Higher commitment, eternity, partnership and union, and completion. I feel like that's, even if it's not related to your love life, that's what this completion is about. You're going to seal the, you know how a lot of times, I just got an image of like test results that come back sealed. You've taken the test, you've passed. Now we're going to seal that, and we're going to move forward with a different mindset, a different way of doing things. Okay, let's look at where you are at currently. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you put a pause on your work, on a project that you were working on. Maybe you are the project, and you're pausing to figure out how you want to rebuild, how you want to do this. This can also be a warning sign that maybe you're not paying enough attention to your work life, to your career goals, to something that's really important to you. Maybe it's even just a hobby that gives you peace. Maybe it's time for you to reconnect with that. So that will help you stay grounded. You know, when you find happiness in every day, and a lot of times we find that in our hobbies and in just the things that bring us joy, get back to that. Start building on that again. Focus on finding your joy. And we have the World in reverse. A chapter is about to close. When the World shows up upright or in reversed, it's about something coming to an end. And like you've already had the Tower moment, that's happened. But right before you close this chapter, there are still some lessons that you need to meditate on and learn before you can officially close that chapter of your life. But it's almost there. You're so close. Don't give up. And we have the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's going to be an epiphany for you this week. This Ace of Swords is coming to you as a blessing and as a reminder, especially with this Hangman, that you're going about things in a different way. You're looking at things with fresh eyes, fresh perspective, a clear head and a clear mindset. You're going to look at things differently and think about them differently. And that's going to bring the blessing to you. Now let's get the clarifiers for these cards. Another Swords card. This is Libra energy. We're going to come up with a plan. We're going to strategize about how to move forward and about how to work smarter and maybe even harder. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of hard work. Sometimes we enjoy that. Sometimes throwing ourselves into work is what we need in order to quiet the brain and quiet the mind and not think about the chaos. It can be a beautiful distraction. And I feel like that's what this Queen is telling you, is it's time to start coming up with a new plan, a new way of doing things. She is a master strategist. So use that energy to strategize about the work that or the hobby or whatever it is that's going to bring you the peace that you need into your life. Now for this World in reverse, We have the Six of Pentacles, the card of give and take. You're planting new seeds. You are looking at what the past has taught you. You're figuring out what worked and what didn't. You're releasing what didn't, and you're focusing on what did. And that's how you're going to move forward. For our ace, we have you showing up again, guys. The Aries archetype right here. You're moving forward, controlling your thoughts, controlling your energy, and rebuilding. You're looking at things differently. You're thinking about things differently. You're having conversations in your head to yourself and to other people about the new chapter that you're working on in life. You're closing that old one out, and you are moving forward with a fresh set of eyes, a fresh mind. Beautiful for you guys. Let's take a look at what your angels of abundance want you to know about calling in wealth and abundance for yourself. No more complaining. I really feel like that's what this is about with this ace. You're not going to look at the lessons and complain about them. You're going to appreciate them. You're not going to complain about your money mind frame because you've changed it up. And now you're working on calling abundance into your life. Okay? No more complaints about victimhood. You're rising above that. You're on a new path. And we also have bountiful nature. Okay, take a look at that card. That's where I find peace. When I am dealing with stress in my life, I get outside and I go for a walk. And I'm fortunate enough that I live very close to a state park. It actually borders my backyard. So I can even access it from a path. But getting out in nature, that's going to help me refresh myself. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration. So use those energies. Even if you don't live, you can get out and outside, get grounded by going outside and just taking a walk, have those conversations with God, and try to reset. I feel like that's where you're at, guys. You are resetting and redoing in a new way. Okay, what's coming in for you all? We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. You're going to quiet manipulation. You're not going to let other people control you. Their story is their problem, not yours. I want you to focus on nurturing yourself right now and rebuilding for you, because you're going to bless other people with that, especially if you are a part of a family unit. Don't let other people's drama impact you. You're on a different course. You're going to do things differently, and you're going to lead people into a new way of looking at a situation or how they attack a situation. And you're not going to let other people's stories disrupt that. You're looking at you this week and how you need to go forward, and you're focusing on that. Then you have the beautiful Sun coming in, the most positive card in the tarot deck. This is about happiness, success, vitality, joy, winning. And that's the road you're on this week, Aries. This new way of doing things, you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's the Sun card. Good for you. And you have the Five of Swords. This is a lot of times this is the self-sabotage card, but it's also winning at all cost. And instead of looking at this as a negative sign, which sometimes this card's message can be negative, I want you to embrace that affirmation of winning at all costs. You're not going to let any weapon formed against you prosper. You are going to be the overcomer and the achiever. Let's get some clarifiers for these messages. Okay, we have Taurus energy coming here. The Hierophant is the spiritual path that you're on. You're going to adopt maybe a different way of looking at things. This card can be a lot about traditionalism, doing things the same way over and over, but I feel like you're going to adopt a new way of using this energy in your life. You're going to rely on your spiritual path, your spiritual team. Your guides and ancestors want to be there to love and support you and show you a new way. And I want you to look at that rather than the people around you. Trust your spirit team. Trust the the guides on the other side that are trying to reach out to you and help you. And we'll get into more of that in the next column. But whenever the Hierophant shows up, I feel like that is always an indicator that we have help from the other side that wants to assist us. Okay, for the Sun card, we have the Eight of Cups. This is you walking away from what no longer serves you. You're not going to let anything or anybody stand in your way of your happiness. You're going to overcome. You're going, like the message with this Five of Swords, you're going to overachieve, overcome. Nothing's going to stand in your way, and you're walking away from the past. That is not it. I want you to remember during this week to look at things differently. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. And that is what you're embracing right now with this mindset. And that's going to bring you the energy of this Sun card. Okay, for our 5. Here we go. You can't make this up, guys. The Sun card is coming in. You are moving away from an old way of doing things. And you're embracing this new positive energy that's trying to come into your life. The past is in the past. Leave it there, okay? If you can do that, look, you have Sun card and Sun card showing up. They're both upright, which the Sun is positive whether it's upright or reversed. But the fact that they're both upright is telling me that from this day forward, from this point on for 2025, you are operating in a new way. You're adopting a new mindset, and that is going to carry you through disconnecting with bad habits and disconnecting with negative people and not letting someone rob you of your dream and your joy. Now let's take a look at your angel numbers. 347, health. Take care of your health. That's physical, mental, emotional. You're going to guard it from now on, okay? I was just saying about habits, leaving old habits behind, walking away from what no longer serves you. Okay, if you're overindulging in substances, alcohol, recreational drugs, heavy drugs, whatever it is, put them down. They're not going to help you in this new chapter. They're going to hold you back, and you're wanting to do things differently now. Make the doctor appointments that you need to make. I don't do health readings, but of course, sometimes health shows up in a reading. And I feel like this is your sign, if you will, to go ahead and stay in tune with your body. Listen to what your body is telling you. And if you've been really feeling like you need to make a doctor appointment, make it. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to have you take responsibility for yourself and just know that it's time. When we get in that routine of having our regular doctor appointments, our annuals, then we stay on top of things. Then we have the best chance of overcoming health crises that we wouldn't even need to deal with if we would have just taken the responsibility for ourselves. And that's what I want you to remember. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Empress card shows up, because that is about health and vitality. And that's also what these Sun cards are telling you. If you want to experience vitality and beautiful energy in your life, you've got to protect it and you've got to preserve it. So take your health seriously right now. We also have 900, effects. What you give, you get. Okay, this is a karmic card. What you put out into the world is going to come back to you. What goes around comes around. So make sure you're putting positive energy out there in order to have it come back to you. Okay, it's very much a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune energy, Justice card energy. What you put out comes back. What goes around comes around. Okay, let's see what other message your angels and guides and ancestors are trying to reach out and tell you. You have this Page of Cups in reverse. I feel like you have been getting nudges from the other side and you've not been paying attention. This is them telling you, hey, we are here. We're trying to reach out, but you're not really in tune with us. So try to do a meditation, prayer, journaling, anything. You can look on YouTube for different meditations that will help you get in touch with your intuition, because that's how they speak to us. But you've not been really listening to their nudges and them trying to get your attention. And it's time for you to turn this energy around and get this card upright. We also have the Two of Swords. This is a decision time. It's a decision time. How do you want to move forward in life? They want you to make a decision this week on a certain area in your life. You've maybe been dragging your feet. She's got a blinder on. It's time to take that blinder off and deal with the situation. You know, I was just using that example of overindulging in substances. If you feel like that you've been doing that, Aries, take the blinder off and deal with it. Get the help you need, especially with this health card that's been showing up. I'm just using this as an example. It's not going to be something for everyone, but I feel like there's somebody out there that needs to hear this message, that it's time to deal with overindulging in something. I'm going to use that example, but also know that your choices that you make going forward are going to shape your world. So take responsibility for yourself and your choices and start reshaping the rest of 2025. And we also have the Eight of Wands, fast energy coming in. I love this card, especially because you started your reading with the Tower moment in reverse about rebuilding. You've been through a crisis. Now we want to change up the energy and we want to rebuild. And I feel like this is positive energy coming in for you. I feel I've just got a message that your guides are telling you, we're charging in, we're here to help you, and let's go forward and create something new for you. Now this is also, it could be a physical move for some of you. Maybe you're relocating, changing addresses, changing cities. Could also be taking a vacation. Maybe you're going to get on an airplane soon. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy that time, especially if you can take this time or this break, if you're taking a vacation, to really recalibrate and come back refreshed. Okay, let's get clarifiers for these cards. Okay, the Devil card. Remember what I was saying about you've been ignoring messages maybe, or just not in tune with them, blocked off. This Devil energy, that's what's wanting to hold you back. If you can break this and get this card upright, then you're going to quiet this devil, okay? You're going to break free. Your guides and your ancestors want to help you. They want to see you succeed. They want you to break free of these chains so that you're living a life of freedom and joy. And it's time to do that. This is also Capricorn energy. If any of you have a Capricorn around you, this can be confirmation for you. But I really just feel like this Devil card, and you know, we've been talking about substances in this reading. I really just feel like it's telling you it's time to break free. It's time to enjoy a new way of doing things. There is happiness and vitality out there for you with these Sun cards, but you have to be the one to set yourself free. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do it. The Two of Swords. Ooh, another new beginning, the Page of Swords. Lot of mental clarity coming your way. I feel like the blinder is going to be taken off and you're going to feel refreshed to go after the things that are your truth. You're going to be that truth seeker for yourself once you take that blinder off. And you remember what I said, you're nurturing what's important to you this week, Aries. That's going to bleed over into your relationships and it's going to give you the happiness that you need once you're filling your cup up with that fresh curiosity and new way of doing things. All right, let's get for our Eight of Wands. I love this card. This is my favorite card in the tarot deck. This is you taking care of yourself. This is you building a life and a career based on what makes you happy, what feeds you. And like I said, yes, it can be about you, but it's also going to, all that joy, all that happiness is going to spill over into your relationships and make a life, you're going to bless other people, Aries, with this new mindset and this new way of looking at life. So yes, it is about you, you know, building yourself and being a self-made person. but it's also going to draw so much to you. You know, you're walking away from the old way, and you've got this to look forward to, this Nine of Pentacles, if you can leave the things that hold you back in the past. Okay, what a beautiful reading and a beautiful message for you, Aries. Love it for you. Let's get a few more cards for you in the reading. I feel like this is going to be a good week for you. Okay, we have Beau. You are highly thought of. Eyes are on you, Aries. Maybe this is at work. Maybe this is a potential love coming into your life. Maybe it's just someone looking at you and proud of you being the overcomer that feel like this message is, or this reading is saying here. This tower moment that you're rebuilding from, you're making better choices. And someone is really looking at you and you're inspiring them to maybe put that energy out into their own life. You know, we're all connected, and we all inspire and help each other. Okay, we have firecracker, excitement. There's going to be so much for you to look forward to after with this week. These two sun cards, I just keep going back to them. And this is the firecracker moment. This is the excitement and the happiness and the vitality coming in for you. I'm so happy for you guys. We have bowl, plenty of material things. The material blessings coming for you if you can adopt this new mindset and this new way of looking at your world, Aries. There's going to be enough to go around. You're going to take care of your household. You're going to be blessed financially, emotionally. Just plenty of blessings are going to be coming into your world now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have carrot, opportunity or windfall. Do you see the theme here, Aries? The blessings that you're being abundantly nurtured and supported. Blessings are coming in. Are you going to claim them? Are you going to walk away from what hasn't been working? You have so much coming in for you if you can make these changes. I really, really hope that you'll turn the page and just start the process. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Okay, remember that Eight of Pentacles. Okay, maybe you've been putting stuff. I feel like this is also the procrastination card, where we know we have these duties and these tasks that we need to take care of, but we put them off because we just maybe don't want to do them. Just remember, you're robbing yourself of your blessing if you don't. It's time to quit procrastinating and start moving forward and rebuilding. And if you can do that, look at all the good energy around you, Aries. Beautiful cards, beautiful messages coming in for you. Adopt this new way of doing things and see what happens. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up. That helps my channel. I'd love for you to subscribe if you have not already. I will see you here every day. I pull cards in the morning and usually in the evening. I've kind of paused that, but I do a surrender card at night that helps us release something through the day, and I might bring that back actually. So have a beautiful week, Aries. I hope this resonates, and I hope you decide to check back in with me again. Love and light, guys. Bye-bye.